lefty. That is Heisman favorite Michael Penix Jr. Monster playoff implications. Washington hosting Oregon. Will get you ready for this matchup on ABC after this.
It's Disney's 100th anniversary celebration on Dancing with the Stars. Watch and vote live
as the magic comes alive.
You teased me. It's Disney 100 Night on Dancing with the Stars, live Tuesday on ABC and Disney+.
You know I got 2 home runs.
You got 2 jabs.
And then my grand slam, I signed the ball for you.
Okay.
And it says, Papa, I love you.
Why did you do that?
Because you taught me everything about baseball.
I'm so sweet.
The Jeopardy Champions wildcard blazes onward.
You ready? I love these uniforms by Oregon.
You called them the cookies and cream.
Cookies and cream.
Cookies and
he
cream.
said Oreo, I said cookies and cream.
Definitely better.
We just know you wouldn't have either one, though, right?
I'm so fucking tired.
Appreciate that.
I stay away from my body's the temple.
And with that,
I'm just saying, I don't eat ice cream.
His body is
Temple
the
of
temple. And our last
being honest with you.
Kevin Agati here as we get you ready for Washington and Oregon, a game that has monster implications, enormous when we talk about the playoff down the road. Meanwhile, #1 Georgia. They had beaten Vandy 117-0 the last 2 years. So what do the Commodores do? They come out with this. Ken Seals and London Humphreys.
They worked on this play all week to perfection. Stack the receivers, wide open touchdown.
And then what does Georgia do? Let's just go to the running game. Quiet. Just mow them down with Kendall Milton.
It's very much so remained the identity of this program. When push comes to shove, the physicality at the line of scrimmage starts to show.
Carson Beck sneaking it in, so we're tied up. And then Brock Bowers, keep an eye. #19, when he gets the ball, young man's just so special and dangerous. Best tight end in the country. Milton will go in here. And now, after that, it's just all dogs. Really, the storyline is the health of Brock Bowers. He'll get the carry here. Again, he's a guy that can do so many things in the offense. He'll go down with an ankle injury.
Yeah, he's a playmaker. Very rarely do we find tight ends that are playmakers. Think Travis Kelce in the NFL. Like this, their offense runs through Brock Bowers. As you see that left ankle gets rolled there, it's not going to feel good tomorrow.
Kirby Smart called it an ankle sprain, and it's just one of those things where Georgia's dynamic offense, it's the running game. Ladd McConkey's dealing with injuries. They haven't had like a breakout wide receiver. It's really #19 what he can do.
And probably some of the best news for them is I believe they have the bye next week, but Carson Beck is starting to play really consistently at quarterback for them.
37-20, and then after that bye is Florida. Meanwhile, Michigan at home, and 1.7-0 at Indiana with J.J. McCarthy finding his favorite target in Roman Wilson.
I think we can make the case that Michigan is the most complete and dominant football team in college football. J.J. McCarthy is the best quarterback in the Big Ten right now. The way he can create with his legs and find his big-time tight ends.
Do you think they're the best team in the country?
I think they're the most complete team in the country, yes.
Okay. All right.
Feels like you avoided it. Do you think they're the best team in the country?
He did a great job of avoiding it.
Michigan, and I think one of the reasons why is Michigan has yet to really play somebody. They were 52-7.
Both trying to get me in trouble.
Meanwhile, Ohio State missing a ton of key playmakers, but when you have Marvin Harrison Jr., you can make ground on the road against Purdue before Penn State next weekend. Kyle McCord, they just find out where 18 is.
And I really love on that play that McCord drifts away from pressure just to buy an extra fragment of a second to hit that corner out to Harrison Jr.
And then the keeper, we got Devin Brown going in. Again, the running game here, you didn't have Williams, you didn't have Henderson. So what do you got to do? Just keep everybody clean and then make sure that the confidence is built with McCord heading into Penn State.
And McCord has been different. Ever since that drive against Notre Dame, we've seen a new level of confidence out of this kid. And now this team is starting to play. And more importantly, this offense is starting to take off. It's amazing. The confidence that this kid has is unbelievable.
It's unfair, too, when you got a tight end like Cade Stover there, right?
Two big-time pieces, Harrison Jr. and Stover.
By the way, we're thinking of Tyler Trent's family there, of course, honoring the young man and what he did and his experience as a Purdue fan. Look at their family. There's Tony, his dad. One of their sons, a walk-on offensive lineman, living the dream that his brother would have had. And, of course, our thoughts are with the Trent family losing his battle with cancer. And the last time we saw Purdue hosts Ohio State. They pulled off that upset, of course, carrying his memory. Alabama. Jalen Milroe, a completely different quarterback since that benching against USF, just looks so much more comfortable in the offense.
I think big part of it is he's been very aggressive with the football down the field. You know, he has become a big play quarterback through the air.
And Tommy Rees, the offensive coordinator, is starting to call a better football game.
Next 3 games for Alabama: Tennessee, LSU, and Kentucky. They get the win there, 24-21. Of course, Oregon, Washington coming your way. How about the other game in prime time tonight? North Carolina hosting Miami on ABC. And, of course, USC undefeated on the road in South Bend against Notre Dame. What do we think about Washington? Because it feels like Washington's offense has heard a lot about what Oregon's offense can do.
And we continue to talk about Washington's offense and Michael Penix and these NFL receivers that they have. The offensive line is good. Guys, we're making this offense seem to be unstoppable. I think it's going to come down to the defense, though, and one of these 2 quarterbacks is going to be affected by the opposing defensive lines.
Look at the second thing down, air yards and attempt, the second line. 10.3 for Michael Penix and 5.6 for Bo Nix. So Penix throws the ball downfield significantly, but Bo Nix in many ways has become like this ball distributing point guard. Franklin's a big play receiver, there's no doubt about it. But this is a team that leads or 3rd in the country when it comes to yards after the catch. They're absolutely spectacular. And Bo Nix is doing a really good job of being a ball distributor at quarterback.
To your point, there's a lot of yak there when you talk about the Ducks and Quack. Meanwhile, Penix Jr., the lefty, he does not mind opening it up down the field.
The question for me today, is his offensive line good enough to give him the time to do that? This is absolutely who they want to be.
Yes.
If they can protect him, he'll have the chance to do it today, but that's going to be the question mark for that offense.
And that's where I come in. I don't think that they're going to be able to hold up against this defensive line. The Oregon Ducks have 18 sacks. They get after the quarterback. You look at Dorless and Birch. It's the best defensive line that Dan Lanning has had since he's been there. They're going to make life tough. If the Huskies want to throw it deep, they're not going to have time. It's going to have to be a more controlled, horizontal passing game before we get to the verticality today.
Oh, we're less than 10 minutes away from kick here. Beautiful Seattle. I mean, Lake Washington leading up to one of the best environments and stadiums in all of college football. We've got Fowler, we've got Herb Street, we've got Holly Rowe coming your way after this.
Are you gonna capture my attention?
We're back with another SCE safety quiz. What number should you call before digging?
It's 811.
Correct. Underground power lines can be anywhere, and digging near them is dangerous. We all win when we stay safe.
Welcome to Big Tobacco's Fantasyland. A new, healthier world without cigarettes. As long as you don't count the 6 trillion sold worldwide every year. And vaping won't lead to smoking if you ignore the research that says otherwise. In Big Tobacco's Fantasyland, the deadliest industry is your friend.
My name's Al Fazalahi. Had a terrible T-bone accident. Gentleman blew a stop sign and broadsided me. Airbags went off. I got knocked around really badly. The first lawyer I called didn't return my call. And then I just said, well, you know what? I called Morgan & Morgan. They were in touch with me every step of the way, whether it was by phone call or by text message or Zoom meetings or emails. It made things extremely simple for me. That was a seamless process. It's so easy.
SCE safety quiz time. Who should you call before trimming trees around power lines?
Southern California Edison.
Correct! Never attempt to hire anyone to trim or remove trees around power lines. Call SCE first so they can advise you. We all win when we stay safe.
Eyewitness News, Southern California's news leader.
What are you going to give to your teammates today? What are you going to put on the line?
Oregon-Washington is one of the biggest rivalries in college football. It's an honor to play in a game like this.
We're just trying to cause havoc. It's a dogfight.
Our offense, we're savages.
Two unbeaten teams, and we definitely know the significance of it.
I anticipate how
being revved up.
Washington, Oregon. Love lost here, right? Washington, Oregon has always meant a lot.
Hey, y'all know what time it is, baby.
In this spectacular Seattle setting, the banks of Union Bay, it's Husky Stadium. Oregon versus Washington has never been neighborly. It's always been bitter, and it's never been bigger. The Ducks and the Dogs collide for the first time ever as top 10 teams. Welcome to ESPN's Afternoon College Football on ABC in this presentation of the Pac-12 on ESPN. It is part of Avocados from Mexico Tailgate Week. Since Dark 30, this place has been fired up and ready for this biggest ever Oregon-Washington game. Chris Fowler, Kirk Herbstreit, Ali Rowe will join us. Man, we've been hearing how bitter this thing is, but more importantly, it's significant. These two teams are just beginning a race in the rugged Pac-12. We think they're the most complete teams in the conference. They think they can each win the league and get to the playoff, but they've never been in each other's way quite like today, Kirk.
Yeah, the buildup of this is everything you'd hope for. I mean, we had a great showdown last week in Dallas at the Cotton Bowl with OU Texas. Here we are a week later in Seattle. These teams, again, not only do they not like each other, there's so much at stake here. The winner here, not that this season's over, they just put themselves in a really good spot. Rest of the review.
Great quarterback matchup. Two guys who've been reborn in the Pacific Northwest and have a ton of experience. Bo Nix, of course, you know, began at Auburn as a teenager. He made a splash. He was the son of Patrick Nix, his dad, quarterback there, and coached him. He beat Oregon as an 18-year-old, but then some ups and downs, some coaching turmoil. He comes up to Oregon, Kirk, and look at the stats that he's had in 1.5 seasons as the Ducks quarterback.
Yeah, I think those 3 years at Auburn was a lot of weight, a lot of pressure. I think he took things personally there. I think coming up to the Pacific Northwest in Eugene, it's freed him up. You know, last year he had a great year. You could see monster year this year, making incredible decisions. Only one pick, completing 80% of his passes. Now, the stakes get much higher. He's on the road in an environment and a defense that's going to try to take away those easy throws, put as much pressure on him as they can.
Another 23-year-old quarterback, Michael Penix, almost as experienced as Bo Nix. In Indiana, he showed flashes, but man, did he have some awful luck with injuries. 2 torn ACLs. He hurt both of his shoulders, including the left throwing shoulder in 21. He comes up to Washington. Kirk, he has stayed healthy. Back-to-back off seasons has really helped his development as a quarterback.
Yeah, another example of the transfer portal era that we're in with these quarterbacks. Both these guys going head-to-head today. The veteran experience that you mentioned. One had to overcome some issues on the field. The other off the field. All those injuries, it really has hardened him. And right now, he's executing as well as any quarterback in the country. And I would argue he's got the best group of wide receivers in college football.
Beware of the Dogs indeed. They are a defensive nightmare for opponents. These Huskies went to Eugene and pulled off a dramatic comeback victory behind Michael Penix Jr. Ducks have not forgotten that, not for a single day, they say, since that home loss a year ago. Washington and Oregon. Sit back and enjoy this from the bedlam of Husky Stadium. Kickoff coming.
Bro, what's going on?
These Huskies went to Eugene and pulled off a dramatic comeback victory behind Michael Penix Jr. Ducks have not forgotten that, not for a single day, they say, since that home loss a year ago. Washington and Oregon. Sit back and enjoy this from the bedlam of Husky Stadium. Kickoff coming.
They fell in love with the irresistible scent. So did their dog Roger. Named scent beads keep even the stinkiest stuff smelling fresh.
At Jersey Mike's, they freshly grill your hot subs right in front of you. You can't get that smell anywhere else unless you have one of these. Don't mind me. Take the sizzle to go. Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing.
You're watching Tailgate Week, presented by
Avocados from Mexico.
Oregon and Washington is a brawl.
Two coaches, Dan Lanning and Kalen DeBoer, have done tremendous rebuilding jobs each in their second season. They first met in 1900. The Huskies dominated for some decades. Chip Kelly and Oregon flipped it around, won 12 in a row. They have split the last 6, but it's been tough for Washington to beat the Ducks here in Husky Stadium. And here is Holly with Kalen DeBoer.
Well, Coach, it's been over a century that these two teams have played, but never been both top 10 ranked teams. What heightened sense do you have for this game and the hype behind it?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's awesome. This is why you do the work. It's for moments like this. And, we just all year prepare for these moments. And I tell the guys they're built for this. And, it's going to be a lot of ups and downs, but we're ready.
Your quarterback, Michael Penix Jr., has a calm and composure about him, but how do you get him to play on the edge today while retaining that poise?
Yeah, that's the beauty of him. He's a mature guy. He knows that edge that you need to be smart while you're on the football field, but just trust and believe that you put the ball in his hands and good things are going to happen.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, thank you.
DeBoer and most of his staff came from Fresno State, so they played in this building as visitors, and he's hoping that hostile environment will make it very tough on the experienced Bo Nix. Couldn't ask for better weather, Kirk. It's been nice for 3 days here.
Perfect setting, perfect weather. And when this team is good, this is as good a home field advantage as you'll see.
Dan Lanning, of course, coming from the SEC, knows how to get teams ready for very hostile environments. Oregon won the toss. Lanning electing to defer, so we'll see this high-powered Husky offense of Michael Penix Jr. and all those playmakers right away. Got the speckled egg uniforms. They call them the eggshell unis. They're Bo Nix's favorite unis, and the all-purple, the same uniforms Washington wore on the road for last year's victory in Eugene.
Dan Lanning talking to his team this week about they've had both teams to bye week leading up to it, chance to get healthy, chance to get right. Big focus for him has been about trying to play loose, not getting caught up in the emotion and everything that's at stake and the rivalry aspect of it. Have fun and turn it loose.
He said no bye week, call it a work week. His guys were padded up and hitting in their off week. Different approach taken by the Huskies. Cam Lewis, 5th-year starting kicker for the Ducks, to boot it away. And Jeremy Bernard, dangerous receiver, the man for the Huskies. Bernard drifting to the end zone. He'll let it sail over his head. So here comes Michael Penix Jr., leader of this offense. It's averaging 46 points and almost 400 passing yards per game.
Yeah, he's really been in a great zone. Such a good feel for the system in his second year out here in Seattle since he left Bloomington. I think he's become more vocal. Really, he's taken command of this offense and knows today he's going to have to continue to make great decisions. Only 2 picks on the year.
He gets Jalen McMillan, the fine receiver, back. They have 3 elite playmakers: Rome Odunze, Jalen Polk, and McMillan. Dylan Johnson is the tailback. They pitch it to Johnson. Tries the left side. Has some blocks and explodes for a big first down gain of about 14. Steve Stevens forced him out.
A good job here. He gets so caught up and enamored with the pass game that you see what they can do on the ground. And, of course, the receivers, Odunze one on one side. Polk, I think, also. Don't forget about him. As much as McMillan being back is important, Kyrie Jackson, the length that he brings at corner is healthy. And if they're going to get a pass rush, look on the edge for number 1, Jordan Birch, the transfer from South Carolina.
For 13 yards on the first game.
Let's go.
Penalty, a false start for the Huskies.
Let's fucking go.
Start of the snap. False start. Number 11 offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
That is McMillan again, just coming back after missing the last couple of games with an ankle injury.
Just getting upfield a little bit too early. He's anxious to get things going here, to take a look at the offensive line, as I mentioned, with Birch on one side, and they move around Brandon Dorless. These guys will have to do a good job of keeping Penix clean, which they have all year. Only 3 sacks on the year. They're second in the country. He gets the ball out pretty quickly.
On 1st and 15, Penix straight back, delivers a dart. It's a very short completion right near the line of scrimmage to Rome Odunze, one of the top-rated receivers in Mel Kiper's draft board this year.
Yeah, one of the things that Ryan Grubb's doing right now, like a lot of offensive coordinators, different formations, they like to mix things up, trying to get a handle on zone versus man. Oregon's showing some man, so they'll try to attack with rub routes and picks if that's the case.
3 receivers bunched to the right. The ball deflected at the line of scrimmage. That was Jordan Birch. You mentioned that, getting a hand up.
Yeah, he's a big guy off the edge at 6'6", 290. 3 sacks already on the year. But, again, I mentioned how the ball gets out fast, and Oregon is prepped on that for 2 weeks. And the answer to that is to get your hands up and time up the ability to knock that ball down. And at 6'6", it's a lot easier for Birch.
Ducks think they have a big edge on defense in this matchup. They're top 5 in the country, allowing fewer than 12 points per game, trying to get off the field very quickly here. Penix shifting things around.
Walking these backers up.
2 on the play clock. They bring pressure. It's picked up. That
let's go.
Deflected at the line of scrimmage. A couple of bat downs. It looked like Brandon Dorless got a hand on that one. 3 and out.
Yeah, they walked up the backers, trying to affect the communication, and then they end up bringing one with a little twist, and then they drop in coverage, and that little move affected, I think, the progression that Penix was working. Jamal Hill, number 9, you see him right there. He sat right in that throwing lane and took that away.
We got the first down, 13-yard run of the first play, and then the passing game is shut down. Jack McAllister punts it away, went down. There is no flag, and great coverage is flying down to make a tackle. Immediately was Drew Fowler. No relation. That is my younger brother's name, but I'm excited to call it. That was quick.
We're talking about that all week.
Yeah, he gets involved.
Big Drew's on a tackle.
I called some games when he played high school hockey, so he's got good memories. So here comes Bo Nix. Start number 53. Old Bo at Auburn struggled, Kirk, in situations like this against good teams on the road. New Bo has been more effective.
No doubt about it. Places a lot of confidence in this system. The defense for Oregon did their job on the road. They got off the field. Let's see what kind of start Nix and the offense has.
Expect to run the ball well. Bucky Irving takes the handoff, tries to cut it back, and he's swarmed. Running is an important part of this offense. Lofocio makes the tackle along with Ubiquiladen.
Yeah. Well, Bucky Irving, you just got to look at him. Oh, Chris is right. It starts with the running game. We try to lull you to sleep, get the ball downfield to Troy Franklin. Dominic Hampton's outstanding on the back edge. And ZTF, of course, we got a chance to sit down with yesterday, is outstanding. Does a good job applying pressure on one side along with Trice on the other.
No gain on the first play. Nix on the move. Looks to flip it back in the flat. It's dropped. Huskies were reading that anyway, and Irving didn't come up with it. Dom Hampton was there, Tupatala as well.
Yeah, they brought pressure, and I think it's a smart call by Will Stein. He's trying to take advantage of an overzealous defense with this crowd flying to the ball, try to get him out of position. But a good job of staying home on the backside by Washington's defense, even with that blitz.
This crowd is roaring on 3rd and 10.
And they're moving around, too.
Huskies showing pressure in that A gap, and they got a fast start. A little too fast, but false start from the Ducks is going to be a serious test of poise for both offensive lines.
The 65 offense, 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
All that shifting, Kirk, you got to hold your water. You're down in your stance for a long time in these offenses.
Yeah, as much as you prep for this, it's hard to simulate this crowd noise and the movement on 3rd down this defense is putting on them. You're trying to think, you're trying to adjust your call to what that movement is for those stems, and then the crowd comes into play. Not a surprise, they're back 5 yards.
3 receivers bunch to the left for Nix. They hand it off inside, and Irving is going to be knocked down back at the original line of scrimmage, but aggressive run defense, the penalty hurt, and the Ducks go 3 and out.
It gives you, I think, a good feel. Everybody comes into a game like this with these offenses. Oregon averaging 51 points a game and Washington 46 points a game. Think about that. Almost 100 points combined. I think it's going to be a shootout. Don't forget, these defenses are sick and tired of hearing about how great these offenses are.
They introduced the punters to America. They only punted combined 20 times. Combined in 5 games already. 2 punts today. Ross James to boot it away. And Giles Jackson, as he is bumped into. And they will throw a flag on Washington's punt rush team. See if it's the 5 or 15-yard variety. Bill LeMonnier, as always, with us in the booth. It's a big call here.
Looks like running into the kicker for me.
Kind of a body check.
Pretty aggressively running into him.
Asa Turner knocked into him. And
running into the kicker.
Yep.
Defense, number 5. That penalty is declined. 1st down.
Ross James did a good job selling it at the end.
He almost sold it too much. Definitely running into, like I said, Bill. It's, when you look for that, what are you looking for? What's the difference?
Obviously, it's how solid the contact is. If he just plowed him over, I'd go roughing. But on that one there, he just displaced him.
Defense is flexing early in Seattle. Huskies' 2nd possession coming up.
Football there. Football there. Football everywhere. What? How is that a flag?
He landed on him after the sack. It's roughing the passer.
Huh. Okay, what if he hit him high?
Roughing the passer.
And low?
Roughing the passer.
Well, what if he couldn't stop his body like a human, so he ends up trampling him, and then he's like, oh, no, and he tries to go back, and he tramples him some more, and he's like, I'm so sorry, I'm a buffalo. I don't know my strength compared to you.
Wait, what?
Come on, ref, let the boys play.
The magic never leaves you when you stay with the Disney Resorts Collection, following you along everywhere you go, making every moment special, even more surprising than your last, and bringing you extra time in any of the 4 theme parks every day. Book early and save up to 25% on rooms at select Disney Resort hotels. Why would you stay anywhere else?
Once you pick up an Arby's cheesesteak, it's gonna be tough to set that thing back down. Hey, put it back. The commercial is not over. Arby's, we have the meat.
Lunch? Yes, please.
That'll be $23.
Your ad says it's free.
It is for our Economy Ultimate passengers who paid extra.
I'll just have water.
Okay, cash or card.
For water? Well, at AT&T, when we offer you our best iPhone deals, we guarantee it. Even on the new iPhone 15 Pro. Check it out, made with titanium.
We do have free movies with the purchase of headphones.
I'll just use my iPhone.
Only AT&T gives everyone our best deals on any iPhone with any popular plan. Guaranteed. Get iPhone 15 Pro on us.
Duncan, it's very advanced. Science, algebra, formulas. You know, there's a lot that goes into this. You can't just come up with a name.
Ice Spray's Munchkin's drink.
What would that be?
You put the Munchkin in the Dunkin'.
I think I got replaced.
Can't sleep.
Just a lot on my mind.
I can't sleep either.
It only gets tougher with age.
Mom, what?
Well, knowing Progressive can protect your home, auto, and business should help you relax.
Good, because I could use a good night's sleep.
Me too. You know how early a chimney sweep gets up every day?
Wait,
Is this all a dream?
Why would Jamie be in my dream? I am America's biggest spokesperson.
Debatable.
I said biggest.
Well, he's got you there.
It's Disney's 100th anniversary celebration on Dancing with the Stars. Watch and vote live.
As the magic comes alive.
You teased me.
It's Disney 100 Night on Dancing with the Stars, live Tuesday on ABC and Disney+.
How many big plays can Penix create with the pass game? They've had 39 20-plus yard pass plays. Oregon, one of the best in the country at not giving up those chunk plays. Junior. Jalen Pope in motion. Penix pump fake, and now launches a dart down to the end zone. Caught! Touchdown! Giles Jackson joins the party. And this is the Washington offense these fans came to see. 26-yard TD strike.
What a great read. Good job of processing by Penix.
That's touchdown.
Goes right over top of the safeties, one-on-one with outside leverage. Look at the outside leverage by the corner. Just never has a chance without safety support to the inside. It's 2 in a row that Florence gets beat on. That time, though, he's backing to the outside. I think anticipating he would have had help inside, but the safety's not there.
Couple of very precise throws. Took a minute to go 76 yards, and the Huskies draw first blood. Jackson joining Odunze, Cole, McMillan, who left the game, and Jeremy Bernard. Just an embarrassment of playmaker riches for Penix Jr. to strike with.
Start your day with Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand.
On an emotional Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
You know, Dad, Becky and I are getting pretty serious.
Ah, she's a great girl, CJ.
Dad, we started watching college football together.
You like college football?
Well, Becky opened my eyes to the complexities of the sport, the West Coast offense, the triple option.
Wildcat formation?
Oh, I love the Wildcat.
I knew you were a late bloomer.
Hey, I even started growing pain on my chest.
My boy's becoming a fan!
Catch me!
Oh.
That was right to you.
Dr. Pepper, the one fans deserve.
The classic Hollywood story. We meet the hero, the Nissan Frontier. Hero faces seemingly impossible challenge. Tension builds. The plot twist. The hero prevails. In Hollywood, this would be the end.
Bro,
but out here, we're just getting started.
The Nissan Frontier.
Bullshit ass play.
Oh, this is my turn.
You can now have Domino's drop to a location near you with new Domino's Pinpoint Delivery. Just choose Pinpoint Delivery on the Domino's app, drop a pin on the map, and get pizza delivered just about anywhere.
Here you are.
Thank you. It's Domino's Pinpoint Delivery.
We're surprising Twisted Tea superfans with a Twisted Tea drop. Twisted Tea tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea and 5% alcohol to kick off your game day. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Some people just know that's not gonna fit. Those are the people who know to choose Allstate.
That's not gonna fit.
What's that?
You need another 4 inches.
Do you work here?
Nope. I just saw you there and I thought I'd save you the trouble.
Nana.
She's a human measuring tape, and she knows Allstate is the right fit for her.
It's not gonna fit. That's not gonna fit.
What?
Steven.
Some people just know.
Well played. Well played, my friend.
Those are the people who know you're in good hands with Allstate.
First catch of the season for Giles Jackson, a 26-yard touchdown strike. And the Huskies on top, 7-zip. Quickly down the field in their second possession. Here's the AT&T 5G clicker.
Yeah, West over here, the tight end, works to the middle. He affects the safety, right? And then I want you to watch how the safety gets taken out right there. And look at the outside leverage over here by the corner. Watch him work outside, and that just opens it up the inside without safety help. And as accurate as Michael Penix is, that's stealing for the quarterback to get his first touchdown of the game.
And I used to giving up big pass plays. That 43-yard strike to Odunze to set up the touchdown was the longest play they've allowed this season. So now Bo Nix and this high-powered Ducks offense will have to work from behind on the road. Gary Bryant Jr., the former USC Trojan, back to receive the kickoff. And he'll bring it out from the goal line. Oh, Bryant is hard right at the 20-yard line.
As soon as he got hit, my heart dropped.
Safety came flying down.
Now, this gives you an idea what this game's all about. A couple guys that got in there. Boy, they're flying. What a good job. Tristan Dunn involved there as well. Coverage team takes so much pride in covering kicks every game, but especially in a rivalry game like that.
Knicks 0 for 1 in the first series as they went 3 and out. And if it was loud before, it's going to be louder now.
Hits like that bring the defense alive. They bring the crowd alive.
There's also a holding penalty on the return, which will even make this a tougher field position situation for the Ducks. They're backed up to the 10-yard line now.
Bucky Irving looks like he's going to jog off. Jordan James comes out on to the field for the first time today.
Sophomore from Nashville. Second leading running back on the team. He goes in motion. Nix took a look and now fires to him, but he's leveled immediately. Powell knocked him down at the 5, and Powell is slow to get up. Hard hitting first quarter here.
What a great job of seeing the motion and then getting around the potential block before Holden had any chance at all to keep him out of that backfield. He read that perfectly from the back coming out of the backfield. You know, as a quarterback, you just think, okay, those blocks are going to be secured, but how quickly Powell reacted, there was no chance that Holden had a chance to pick up that block.
Just come into the game, get rocked like that from the very first touch.
As soon as he touched the football, could not have been timed up any more perfectly than what Powell did.
Driven to the ground, you saw the back of his helmet hit the turf. Looks like he's okay, just holding his midsection there. Section there.
You know, this era of
situation for the Ducks. They're backed up to the 10-yard line now.
Bucky. Right there.
2nd and 13.
Well, these guys, this is an offense that has to stay on schedule, especially in this environment. They cannot get anything going here these first couple series. Not to mention they're deep in their own territory.
Off the play fake, a long pitch to the far side, and the catch is made by Troy Franklin, the top receiver on this team, and that's a first down.